Happy Thursday? Yes, Thursday. I'm trying to be better about keeping track of the days of the week. It's become quite a problem for me. Welcome to the first episode of Pause for Posture with Legato Yoga. I'm Crystal, just in case we haven't met yet. And what we're going to work on today is just a few pointers on a very common asana or posture in yoga, downward facing dog. So we'll get started here just in tabletop for a moment so we can start with our hand alignment. We want to make sure that our hands and our fingers, they're spread wide so we create a really nice base here. And I want you to be focusing on pressing into the fingertips and not into the meat of the hand. This is how we tend to get wrist pain, and so we really want to focus on the pads of our fingers here. Now, down dog could really be an entire workshop, so today we're just going to work on a few key points, and our hands being the first ones. So once we place them down on the mat, we really want to feel our fingertips root. And in fact, you can even lift your hand up off of the mat slightly so that you can actually feel what that's like to just press into your hands from a kneeling standpoint. And once you've felt that, you're going to actually walk your hands somewhere around half a handprint in front of you. So you'll be a bit of an angle. You will not be stacked. You will not be stacked shoulders over wrists. We want to make sure that our index fingers are parallel or maybe just slightly out, depending on your range of motion. Okay, so on the mat, fingers spread wide, index fingers parallel or pointing slightly out. What's going to happen is our inner elbows, this area here, are going to start to round in slightly, which is going to change your shoulders a little bit. When we do this, we call it hollowing out the armpits, and as you can kind of see, I'm exaggerating it here. And when I roll those inner elbows forward, our tricep becomes more exposed on the outer portion of our mat here, and we can actually feel this section opening up. So, rolling those inner elbows in, fingers spread wide, you'll tuck your toes and send your hips up and back. Now, bent knees are a great way to start with this. Contrary to some belief, the idea of down dog really isn't to get your heels flat or your legs straight. It's more about elongating through the spine, pressing into those fingertips so that you can create a really nice line here from the crown of your head up to and through the tailbone. Okay, so you can hopefully see here how long my spine is here. My ears are just about in line with my biceps. My gaze is gently at my navel here if I'm practicing fully, but if I want, if it's less strain on my neck, I can just take a gaze down with the mat too. So, starting with our foundation at our fingers, we've got our hands rooted down, fingertips down, inner elbows rolled in toward us, hollowing out the armpits. So now, let's work our way up to the hips. We've got our tailbone pointing up to the sky. Working our way down, our activity in the back of our legs needs to be slow. Because if we try to flatten our feet right away, here's what's going to happen. You see my back starting to round here. I'm not warm and my hamstrings are tight, and thus, like a rubber band, the rest of my back rounds up. So instead, when I bend my knees, I really get that long spine. And this is why I like to spend some time what I like to call walking my dog. So bending at one knee while the other heel comes down toward the mat. It's a great way to warm up the back body. Okay, but if you have generally tight hamstrings and straightening your legs ends up rounding your back, instead just keep bent knees at all times in your down dog. Again, emphasis more on straight spine, widening out the shoulder blades and hollowing out the armpits and pressing through my fingertips. So again, bent knees equal longer spine. Long legs, cold body, you'll start to round the back, which is not as nice of a posture for our body. Okay? So, just to rewind here, 3 key factors that we really worked on today. Hands, nice wide base, pressing into our fingertips, not into our wrist or the meat of our hands. Inner elbows coming in toward each other so that we can hollow out the armpits. And finally, our legs keeping bent knees to send that tailbone up, up, up to the sky. Now you can guarantee in any of my classes, you'll get these cues all the time as just a reminder for your body. But with anything, what's more important to remember is it's not about what your body looks like. It's about how your body feels. You need to listen to each part of your body and what it's telling you. If your shoulders are incredibly fatigued in down dog, come down to tabletop and give yourself a rest. If your wrists start to hurt, come down. Give them a couple of rolls, clockwise and counterclockwise, to take care of your body. If your hamstrings are screaming at you, please don't straighten me, then don't straighten them, because nothing good ever comes from a screaming muscle, okay? So that concludes today's first episode of Pause for Posture. Again, I'm Crystal, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Check me out on Legato Yoga on Instagram. Peace.